Chapter 11. A metallic clang echoed above them, from the store roof, directly over the attached living quarters. Ernie froze mid-step. Skye looked up. There on the store roof. Shadow growled, low and vibrating, staring at the ceiling. Then came the voices, loud, mocking, stomping across the metal roof. The sound reverberated through the walls. "Ernie!" Dawn shouted. "We know you're in there. You ain't foolin' nobody." Art laughed, sharp and ugly. "He's probably crawlin' around on the floor. Shut up, old man can't even stand." Then Janet's voice cut through the metal, sharp, mean, and aimed straight at Ernie. "Oh please, Ernie. Hiding again? You always did run from anything real." Skye didn't react to the voice, she already knew Janet was up there. What she reacted to was Ernie. His jaw locked. His injured shoulder tightened inward, the tell she'd learned to read. She felt a faint echo of it in her own body, not pain, just a sympathetic tightening. She stepped a little closer, voice low. "She's really going after you." Ernie didn't look away from the ceiling. "That's Janet. It was mostly about money with her." Skye frowned. "Money?" "Yeah." His voice stayed even, almost flat. "She wanted things. Status. A lifestyle. I didn't give it. She never wanted me, just what she thought I could provide." Skye's jaw tightened. "She talks like she still owns you." Ernie shook his head once. "She never did." Janet stomped again, metal groaning under her boots. "You hear me, Ernie? You should have given me what I asked for. You owe me." Skye felt another faint echo of Ernie's tension, subtle, not overwhelming. Ernie's voice stayed steady. "She always talked like that." Another crash shook the roof. Janet yelled, "We're taking your solar panels. And your rain system. You won't be needin' it where you're goin'." Skye's stomach twisted. "They're making a lot of noise." Ernie nodded once, grim. "Yeah. And the dead will hear every bit of it." As if on cue, a distant moan drifted through the air. Then another. Then several. Art's voice cracked. Dawn? You hear that?" Dawn cursed. "Shut up and keep movin'. He ain't comin' out." Janet snapped, "Hurry up. They're getting closer." More scraping. More banging. More panicked yelling. Shadow pressed against Ernie's leg, trembling with tension but silent under the mute command. Skye whispered, "They're going to bring the whole town down on the store." Ernie exhaled slowly, eyes hard. "Yeah. And they're too stupid to realize it." Outside, the voices grew frantic. "Go. Go. Go. Drop it. Just run. Janet, move. They're right there, run." Footsteps pounded off the roof and away from the store. The moans grew louder. Skye swallowed. "They're gone." Ernie didn't move for a long moment. Then he said, voice low and steady, "Let's get to work." Ernie grabbed 4 Ruger precision rifles, 2 long-range, 2 short-range, each modified for .308 rounds. He moved through the storage area, gathering metal ammo boxes and stacking them in the front of the extended cab. His shoulder protested the lifting, tightening inward with each box. Skye felt a faint echo, not pain, just awareness. She switched arms without thinking, but Ernie noticed the wince she tried to hide. He didn't call it out. He just adjusted the load so she didn't have to lift the heaviest crates. They worked in silence, the kind that comes from shared purpose. At the desk, Ernie packed the final tote and retrieved his throwing knives. He pulled out 2 nylon sleeves and 4 razor-thin blades. "Can you come here for a minute?" Skye walked over, slower than usual. "What's up?" "These are extra sharp, but I want you to have them," he said. "This sleeve lets you carry a weapon at all times. As a doctor, I'm sure you know where to aim. Keep them on you no matter what, and don't draw unless you have to. Sky raised an eyebrow. How's the shower going to work without power? Ernie pressed a hidden remote. Lights flicked on. Water hummed to life. Sky blinked. Oh. He explained the generator, the propane tank, the water system, but she was already swaying slightly, the exhaustion catching up to her. He noticed. He didn't comment. Sky showered quickly, stuffing her dirty clothes into a bivy bag. The air was stuffy without ventilation, but Ernie cracked hidden vents to keep airflow moving. When she returned, he asked, "What's your dominant hand?" "I lean right." He fastened the nylon sleeve around her left arm, then covered it with a skin-like fabric. "This hides the knives." He tucked one blade into each pocket, then handed her a thigh sleeve. Sky's arm throbbed as she adjusted it. She hid the wince, but Ernie felt the faint echo. While Ernie showered, Sky fitted the sleeves and inserted the knives. When he returned, he secured his own. Then a vehicle pulled up outside. "Finally got it, Ernie. Thanks for the stuff," Dawn shouted. The vehicle drove away. Ernie waited a beat before turning the ventilation back on. "You know," he said with a grin, "I'd love to see Dawn's face when he gets inside and finds nothing left." Sky watched him. "If they're willing to take from you, what about others they run into? Will they just kill them like they tried to do to you?" Ernie sighed. "Yeah. Probably. So what's the plan? Leave them be or stop them before they hurt anyone else?" "Let's leave them," Ernie said quietly. He'd regret it later. Sky sat on the floor. Her hip protested the movement, and Ernie felt a faint echo, not pain, just awareness. "We should eat," she said. "I think we should leave during the night. They might be watching to see if you move. They don't know about me yet." Ernie nodded. "Wouldn't surprise me." They ate quietly, then slept. At 2 a.m., the alarm buzzed. They geared up, loaded weapons, packed spare magazines. Ernie wrote out Shadow's commands and handed them to Sky. He looked around the empty shelves. "This place gave me a good life. I'll miss it. But it's time to move on to something better." They climbed into the General, slowly, painfully. Ernie's shoulder tightened as he pulled himself up. Sky's hip flared as she stepped onto the running board. Her bruised arm trembled under her weight. The knife sleeve pressed into tender muscle. Ernie felt the echo. Sky felt his. Shadow hopped in last, anchoring them both. Ernie turned the key. The garage door rose. The headlights caught movement, shuffling feet, pale and unsteady. Faces emerged. Neighbors. Friends. People Ernie had known for years. Sky didn't look at them. She watched Ernie. His expression hollowed out. His shoulder pulled inward. His breath hitched. Sky felt the ache settle in her chest, soft, not overwhelming. Shadow pressed against Ernie's leg. Sky whispered, "They can't climb. They don't have the balance or strength." Ernie nodded, eyes locked on the faces he recognized. "Yeah. They're just reaching." Sky swallowed. "I'm sorry you have to see them like this." Ernie's fingers curled into Shadow's fur. He swallowed hard. "Let's go."